Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we have taken the seat off of Tucker's ATV. As you can see by the seat itself, it's in pretty bad condition. It's all taped up over here. There's a tear here. Looks like they used it for target practice. It's a hot mess. So we're gonna pop off all these staples. There's only about 100,000 of them on here, and we're gonna put on this new cover that we had purchased. We decided to go, instead of just with a black, we decided to go with a black-blue combination. I'm sitting it out in the sun right now to warm it up. Doing that will make the material a little bit more pliable, it'll be easier to stretch, and it'll get rid of the folding marks from the shipping. Now, in order to do this, as I said, one of the first things I got to do is I got to take out these 200 gadillion staples. So what I did is I went down and I pulled out one of my old screwdrivers, and I put a super sharp edge on it. So this thing is like jailhouse shiv sharp. It's ready to go, boy. And I'm going to be able to get them out. What I can't get with those, then I have these clippers, and I'm going to pop them out. Now we're going to be using T50 staples that are 1/4 inch in length, because anything longer than that, it risks poking through the other side. You don't want that to happen, because last thing you want is a chunk of metal digging inside of your leg when you are out riding. Now, to get these staples in, if this was just wood, I'd be able to use an ordinary squeeze stapler. So I went out and I bought myself this little Stanley electric stapler, a little stapler nail gun. It should be more than adequate for the job. Some people go to pneumatic. I went downstairs and I was looking at my pneumatic equipment, and I was thinking of going that route as well. But I decided that because of a lot of the other crafts and stuff that my family does, I decided the electric was probably the better way to go. That way we wouldn't always have to be running the air compressor making all kinds of noise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check back with you in a minute. I'm going to grab my shiv, and I'm going to start popping these out. We'll come back, we'll see what the foam is like. If there's some holes in the foam, then we're going to do some repairs on that. I'll show you how to do that. When I feel here, I worry that we're going to end up putting some new foam in there. And again, I'll show you how to do that as well. So stay tuned, and while you're waiting for me to come back, I've removed the staples, and I counted them, just for reference sake. There happened to be 13.7 kajillion of them. They were in pretty rough shape, they were pretty rusty. We had heard that this bike actually didn't sit in a garage. So, you know, it was exposed to a lot of the elements. But we could take off the what's left of the cover anyways, and we'll see what kind of condition the foam is in. Now I got to be careful, because some of the staples, like you can see here, are still in the material. You know, my objective was to get them out of the plastic. I wasn't too concerned about if they stayed in the material or not. But I want to be careful, because the last thing I want to get is a trip to the hospital for a tetanus shot. There we go.
Actually, the foam isn't too bad.
Well, I don't know. This piece here, that's pretty deep. I think here and here, there's a cut here. So we're going to have to do some repair on the foam. You know, I really don't think we can just put it on with these holes, but it's pretty easy. You just get a piece of foam, you cut it approximately the length, put a little spray adhesive on there, put it in, get your disc sander, sand it smooth, and you're good to go. You're ready for the new cover. So stay tuned. I'm going to go do that now, and we'll get back. Resident expert. This is my daughter Mackenzie. Hi. She's very skilled in foam applications, so I brought her out to help me figure out what to do with these two little Grand Canyons that we got. So Mackenzie, what do you think is our best approach for this?
Well, I hoard foam, so I have different thicknesses. I was thinking just 1 inch thick, but I honestly think that's overkill. So we'll probably just layer in the 1/2 inch, and then, you know, once we're done gluing it, we'll just trim it down to be smooth. My dad mentioned sanding it down, but I think sanding would be way too abrasive on the foam because of how porous it is. I feel like it could catch easily, so we're gonna try that.
All right, so we'll put this on pause, or we'll give it a try, and we'll catch up behind Mackenzie and just see how she's doing so far.
coming along, I think.
Looks like she's still working on getting the patch put in. She's had to do a lot of trimming on the underside of it to match the contour.
Keep it smooth. This needs to go, I think.
Yeah, either that or else, you know, once you apply the glue, it'll stick down. But
Yeah.
so it's coming along. So she's trimming it down with the edge of her scissors. We got a couple pieces glued in. Now, because the material itself will be floating, it won't be actually adhesed. That provides us with a little bit of wiggle room. So the big thing what we need to do is just fill in those crevices, and it'll provide for a smooth surface once we put the cover on.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting ready to actually put the vinyl onto the seat. Mackenzie's putting down a mat so we don't get it all dirty.
It's actually just from an old canopy. Recycle.
Yes. We are firm believers in recycling what we can to reuse. Reuse and repurpose.
You got a writing on the back side of what pieces each. That's kind of cool.
Well, that's probably when she, I think that somebody
Position your seat.
actually sewed that together.
Yeah, yeah. They did a beautiful job.
Yeah, they really did.
I believe this goes
Yeah,
like that.
that's about right. Smells like a Namco.
Namco?
Yeah, you know, cool place.
Oh, okay. So now I guess it's important that we get this seam right at the crest, yes? Would you agree?
I mean, visibly it is very pleasing, so.
So I'm thinking we should probably plug a staple in there and then plug a staple in the back side, and then we'll start working the edge.
Well, what do you
Okay.
think, Mackenzie? What would you do? Don't worry about what Daddy would do.
Would
Zero
start at the top because the top is more visible than the back. So like if this seam is sitting a little too far back, I think it'll be less noticeable than if this seam is just like missing.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what you see first.
Okay.
I think.
Mackenzie makes costumes and
Yes,
suits,
I'm
so
an artist. I draw cartoons.
and makes
sew.
she makes these magnificent suits. They're absolutely incredible. If anybody ever wants to get in touch with her, I am going to actually put her information down in the description. Thank you, because I couldn't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
Old brain. And that's why I am saying that we are going to follow what she says to do, because she does this all the time.
And I feel like the seam looks good, flush.
Think you're good like that?
Don't staple my child,
I wonder if
please.
we could upend it so we could do this.
I don't, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Up like that.
Let me make sure it's centered.
Tell me if you're good.
I think it's good.
Are we not plugged in?
Okay, so we have a technical issue.
It's off to a good start.
Yeah.
Don't point it.
You didn't have it on. Did you turn this switch? Is this the on-off switch?
There's an on-off switch.
It
This
looks
thing right
like an
here, is that an
on-off
on-off switch? Okay, now we gotta,
Very-
okay, let's take our time and recenter everything,
Yeah, it's just kind of.
so it
So-
doesn't look like shit.
On one of the videos I watched, once they figured that they had their positioning,
Yeah.
they like got here and here, and they were happy with it. They actually flipped it over and then worked specifically upside down. But the problem with this is we're two-tone,
Yeah,
so
Yeah, it's kind of.
it's a little bit different. So are you happy with that positioning right there?
Well, we got to make sure it lines up with the corner. Or corners.
Right. Well, with this sitting in the sun, we're going to have a little bit of stretch room. So
Yeah.
yeah, but we also want it to look symmetrical
also-
on the seat.
Because we got to keep in mind, you know, things expand when they're heated, but they also contract when they're cooled.
right. So you good with that?
And I thought she didn't listen in school.
I'm sorry if I got in your shot.
It's okay, everybody wants to see your back.
Don't.
I know, right?
I'm afraid of staple guns.
It's not working.
I don't like staple guns either.
It's not working.
It's a good purchase.
Okay, here comes another question. It's probably going to insult my husband's intelligence. Did you read the directions?
You don't need directions for a staple gun. Point and shoot.
We must not have power. Either that or you got a faulty one.
Point it at me. It makes me uncomfortable.
I know, I don't like staple guns either. I'm with you on that one. Okay, well, we're going to pause for a minute.
Hodged. Oh, well, now I'm not sharing the workspace. Use my gun.
No, you're okay.
Oh my God, you and the bugs.
Can we tip it up just a little bit so I'm not shooting at your face? Good?
Yeah.
Now what?
There we go.
Wish you wouldn't do that to
No,
our
I'm gonna
trailer.
use a hammer. You know, any
Yeah.
that don't quite go in, I'm gonna
bonk
tap
'em.
with a hammer. Because some of those didn't go all the way in.
Do you want to explain the clips to your loyal audience?
No, you should explain the clips.
We should be able to set this up, set this down now, yeah? And we could,
Oh, you mean like upside down?
yeah.
Yeah. It's a wonky one.
Like that. You good with where that seam is?
Yeah.
I am.
Oh, that one didn't go in.
No, it didn't.
Should have got the pneumatic one.
See, I don't know how far I can spin that dial. That's not taking it. I
You
wonder
sure?
if there's too much resistance that this thing is flexing with the shot.
Maybe.
So can we lay it down flat and then it can't absorb the shot?
Yeah.
Can you hold the seat? Yeah?
Yeah, looks good. Nice.
There, look at that.
There's some big braining right there.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
Now let's line up this side and we'll do the same. Okay.
Yeah. Scary.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that everybody kind of has the gist of what we're doing, and we will be back with the finished product.
Oh, we didn't explain the clips. I normally work with needles when I work with fabric and foam when I'm draping, you know. So I thought, oh, too bad I don't have pins. And I remembered other people that I'm friends with don't use pins. They use Wonder Clips because pins, customers don't like them. You can also lose pins. So, anyways, I realized I don't have those, but
Let's
I
not
do
let
have
him do that alone. Wait,
clips we
stop
use
it.
for the
I'm
chip
good right
bag.
here.
So, chip bag clips to hold the fabric down just to keep it symmetrical.
You're so smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little ghetto, I guess, but it works.
All right, so here you go. Here's a quickie before and after. So here's roughly before, and there's after. But, I think it made quite a bit of difference. The sizing wasn't perfect on it, but we worked with it and made it fit as best we could. We talked about options, maybe putting another little layer of foam underneath it to boost it up a little bit so the seams were more in line, but you know, this was handmade, hand stitched, so you know, it is what it is. Well, I hope you learned something from this video. If not, then I'm sorry I wasted your time. If you like what you've seen so far, please come and check out our other videos at Mudhawk. Thank you. So here's our moment of truth. Tucker has his seat. Tucker has his quad. Tucker's gonna marry the seat to the quad. Do you know how it goes on? Yep. It goes on here. Oh, that's all I know.
This needs to be fixed a little
Okay.
bit.
So let's make sure we got this front in. There we go. Seat
We just
is on.
need to fix this little piece right here.
The seat is on. Does that look a little easier to see?
Yeah,
We polished it.
I just noticed it.
Yeah. But I think that seat looks good.
Yeah, I think it looks really good.
Oh, you got put
Okay,
new
so let's
gas in
move to
it.
the side, Tuck. Let's get a side view of it. I think that seat looks good.
Yeah, I think it looks really good.
Yeah. All right.
That's
One
it.
job done.